Hi guys, I just woke up and I had a dream. And I had a dream that I was in the somewhere underground and I was with a few people and all of a sudden there were like these big giant ferocious animals coming after us. And then we had these little tiny square things that light up, that were red and stuff. And then at one point we were on a wall. We couldn't find a way out. And then they were coming, all the big giant, animals. You had like a big giant T-Rex, you had a big freaking giant gorilla, giant lion and shit. They were like massive and huge. And they were all coming after us and they all had like collars and shit. And it was like blinking red too. So and I guess they were going crazy from that. So they were chasing after us. And then we're on a wall. There's like about probably 3 or 4 people. So there's a big giant wall. We can't find a way out. They're coming this way. And we're talking. I don't know what we're saying, but we're talking. Then all of a sudden, I had the thing on me for some reason. Like someone passed it to me or something like that. And I just noticed something. There was a guy right next to me. He was a Russian guy. And he was like, give it to me. And I was going to give it to him. But before I looked at it, I saw the green thing. I think I picked it up from the ground. And I'm like, oh shoot, it's green. Because all the time it was red. Red. And then when I saw it green on me, I'm just like, oh, it's green. And I felt so much energy and so much love and everything like that. And then the guy, the Russian dude, he was just like, let me see it. So I was like, okay. And I was going to give it to him. Then it turned red right away once I gave it to him. And I'm like, wait a minute. I backed away for a few steps. And then it turned green on me again. And I'm like, you're an evil being. I'm like, you're evil. And then that's when he noticed. He's like, oh. He grabbed like his big guns. And all of a sudden he pointed the guns at me. He had 2 of them. And then everyone right there was watching. They're like, and all I felt was getting blasted, but at the same time, I didn't felt the bullets in me. Basically, they were going like through me, basically, but I didn't felt like the shots. And then after that, I feel like I was invincible for a minute. And then he went right through me, and then I automatically like dead. And then the Russian dude points at the main guy that took us to this underground place. He points the gun to his head and he says something. And then he's saying that I'm a Russian, basically, and I want Atlantis. He was pointing the gun at the dude. He's like, I don't give a fuck I don't give a fuck what I have to do. That I'm I'm a fucking, Russian and shit, and I want Atlantis. And then something cracked on the way where the animals were coming from. All of a sudden water started coming through them, and then they all got drowned and everything like that. And everyone started seeing it, and they were like, holy shit. And then all of a sudden we all got drowned. We all got swept away in water. But there were the 2, and somehow I was still conscious enough to see the other 2 people. The Russian dude, I don't even know what happened to him. He probably died during that. But the 2 other dudes were fine. All of a sudden, they was like in a spaceship and shit, or like in an underground spaceship, a water like a thing to like almost like a submarine. So when that happened, it's funny too. They were not. It felt like they were in a submarine, but at the same time, they were still in water going up to the surface, basically, and they were talking to each other. While they were talking normally. It wasn't like what you see in the movie Aquaman or anything like that. They were literally just talking while the water was in them, basically. While it was all surrounded by them, and the hair was like floating a little bit. Again, like the movie Aquaman, but the only difference is they weren't talking like they were like underwater. They was just talking like, oh, I don't know what you see in SpongeBob. Without the whole bubbles coming out and all that, you know, the aqua thing, you know. But anyways, so when that happened, um, I was in there, but they couldn't see me. And then all of a sudden, I noticed us going up to the surface, and you see these just beautiful landscapes of the water inside of it. You know, you see some coral, you see some coral reefs, you know, you see some sea life and everything like that. Then I'm looking up because they're looking up. They're about to go up to the surface, and I see turtles, freaking starfishes, and I see dolphins and shit and whales. It was beautiful. And then all of a sudden, and I woke up. I woke up. Didn't think about the dream all that much. Then I was taking a shower. I was like, holy shit, I did have a dream. And then it just came to me what happened afterwards of what they were doing when they got to the surface. They buried me. They were like he knew everything that was going to happen, and he died. He even knew that the thing that he had, he knew that these beings were, he knew that we were being infiltrated in a way, you know. And one of the person felt sorry for me dying and shit, and they were like, you know, my tombstone there, and all of a sudden they turned around. And then when that happened, when I was taking a shower, because I saw it in my head, in my third eye, and then I closed my eyes in the shower, and then all of a sudden I imagined myself there. I'm like, hey guys, and they were like, oh my god, I thought you were dead. I'm like, in this life I was. But the reason I came back is because it's almost time. Sooner or later, sooner or later, this is all gonna happen. Sooner or later, this is all gonna commence, and there's no way they can stop it. Basically, you know. And the final moments between good and evil is about to happen. Basically, I told them, and they were like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So, and it's funny too, because I was almost like Jack Skellington, basically. Like I was on the tombstone, just sitting, and I had my name in plaque and everything. I was just talking to them and shit. And yes, I was dressed like that. I was just like that. So when I was there, and so when I was there, and I was telling them this about, you know, everything's gonna change, and um um and there's about to be a battle that's about to happen. They were like, holy shit. And then I had to leave, and then and one of them, the one that felt sorry for me, that died, they were like, am I ever going to see you again? I'm like, yeah, of course. You know, maybe not right now, but when the time comes, you know, when the time comes, you will see me again, you know. So after that, I left. You know, I still continued showering after that. So what does this tell me? I don't know. You tell me. I know exactly what it means, actually, because most likely this was me in another not another timeline, but another dimension. While it could have been in this Earth too, but I most likely was in another dimension and helping people doing stuff. But basically, I felt like I was a mole to see if there was a mole in it, and there was a mole, and that mole shot me. Was that mole now? Oh, I don't know. He's probably dead in the water already. But if I ever find him, oh, me and him are exchanging hands. I'll be like, hey, remember me? Remember when you fucking shot me? I thought you were dead. I kind of thought I was too, but yet it phased right through me like it was nothing, and yet I still died. You're fucked, you know? So, that's what happened there. Sorry, guys, I don't want to... Hold a fucking light on here. But, that's really it, guys. That's what happened to me in the dream. That's what happened to me in the dream. You guys can think of whatever you want to think of how... Let's see. There we go. Of how this dream was. Let's see. too bright. There we go. I think that's good. I think that's a little too bright. Too dark. Okay, you know what? There we go. But moving on. That's really it. That's the dream that I had. And it's funny that I had that dream right after I went to bed, after talking about our brothers and sisters. So all I have to say is, guys, that we're close. We're close. We've always been close. And obviously the universe showed me this dream because how I met people, and I'm in either during a past life or on another dimension, they were trying to do something. Good people were trying to do something, and then a bad person was there trying to make sure they didn't do it. But they did it. They succeeded. Why? Because I was there. I was there. Somehow I made sure they did succeeded, even though I got shot at the end. But it was well worth it. It was well worth it. And as long, they did what they had to do, I'm fine with it. They went up to the surface, and what I saw on the surface, to be honest, it just looked like an island full of water. That's all I saw. And my tombstone was just right there. Like, not to say it wasn't a huge area, it was like a big grass field and shit, but the point when Loki and Thor meet their dad, and you see that big open water and shit, and then it's just a little bit of landmass right there. That's basically what it was. It's basically like that. If you watch Thor Ragnarok. But that's a good analogy. I want to explain. This is why we need to watch. This is why these movies and video games tell us all. And when we have dreams, we can always point that out and be like, hey, this is what I saw. Remember this game or remember this movie that showed this? That's what I saw in my dream. Like that. So what got my curious more is that the animals, the big, huge, ferocious animals, they were foaming at the mouth and everything like that. They were pissed. They were fucking pissed off. But they had fucking they had like collars on them. Some of them had it on their head, like the gorilla, he had it on his head, while the lion had it on his fucking throat and shit. And yes, there was an elephant he had fucking red eyes and shit. Fucking reminded me of a Dragon Quest enemy that you play in Dragon Quest. I mean, when you play Dragon Quest, there's like an enemy that's like an elephant in Dragon Quest 5. Or one of the Dragon Quest games, but it's in Dragon Quest 5. But when I saw that, I'm just like, what the fuck are they doing to these people? What are they doing to these animals? What are they doing underground here? There's more than just monsters and robots that they're preparing down here, guys. They have made genetic giant animals to face us in the war. Think about that. Ferocious animals that probably were peaceful to begin with. What did you evil beings do to these animals? You just kidnap them and make them huge with anything that you can get your hands on? Experiment, I mean? What did you do? What the fuck did you do? What have you done? This is why the whole flood premonition that happened in that dream that I had, that's why the flood took them out. And there was a reason why only me and the other two got out. Yeah, I might have got shot by a Russian guy. And I said German. My bad. If I said German, it was a Russian dude. I don't want to get those confused or anything like that. But most people are like, it's both or anything like that. I'm like, yeah, but I want to be Pacific more. I don't want to like say one thing and then say another. So there's that. And the dude was working for the Russians. He was. He literally was pointing out a gun at me and shit and shot me and crap. And what gun was it? It was literally an MK-47. He had two of them. And no one didn't do anything when I got shot. They were just shocked because it happened so fast. It happened so fast that they were like, what the fuck? So, and the fact that happened to me just proved more that these evil beings are trying to stop me in the astral realm. And they can't. They never could. They never could stop me. Even when they stopped me, I came back. Because I knew that I could come back. And by the way, the reason I did come back and showed myself in front of them, when, we went to the surface and everything like that, is because I felt in my heart that I had to show myself to them. When I was still in that zombie phase and everything like that. You know how sometimes you wake up and you're in that zombie phase? So that happened to me when I was in the shower. And I'm just hearing them talking and hearing my name and everything like that. So that's when I closed my eyes and just decided to just go there and be like, hey guys, what's up? Because I didn't want them to think that I was like gone. Because I might have been gone in their ward, but I wasn't gone in other wards, It's funny too, because the latest Mortal Kombat movie, I didn't watch it, but there's a clip that I saw that said, death is just a portal. It is. It's just a portal. You guys literally made a portal for me to come out to talk to these other beings. That's all you did. That's literally all you did. And we could do that. Some of us might do other things differently that are similar, but some of us can do that. That's one of the powers we have. So, that was that, guys. I don't want it to last too long. That's just something I want to tell you guys. Tell me what you guys think down below about the dream that I had. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And, again, be ready. This is just showing what's going to happen. This is just showing. The universe is literally telling me, yo, they're not fucking around here. Be prepared. And I'm like, I know. I'm being fucking prepared. But for kind of there's a reason why I saw all of this. This is the reason why the universe showed me all of this. Could have been a past life? Fuck yeah, it could have been a past life. But could have been another other timeline or another ward, basically. Yes. That these evil beings are there. Because all the timelines that we know, basically, or all the timelines that we could be, are in this structure of what's happening right now. That's why everybody in the whole cosmos is watching us. There's a reason for that. Right? This is why this planet is the most important planet around the galaxy. Because everyone's watching the God planet now. Who knows where I was at? That planet could have took place somewhere else. It could have took place probably in planet Nar, where the orcs are at. It could have took place anywhere. And while I was surrounded by brothers and sisters, actually no, I was surrounded by white people. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was surrounded by white people. And it's funny that I told them that, yeah, I will see them again. But when I saw them, I knew in my heart, I knew in my soul that they're probably not even going to make it. Maybe in my ward, but in their ward, they probably will. In my ward, they won't. They fucking won't. But that's why I told them that there's a fight that's going to be, there's a fight that's going to be between good and evil, nature against non-nature. And that's when they opened their eyes and they were like, what? And I'm like, yeah. So in a way, I think they knew what that meant. So who knows what's going to happen to them. But it's just something I want to point out, something that I just had a dream, a download that I had. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and tell me what you guys think about the dream that I had. And mostly maybe because I had that dream is because yesterday I took LSD, my first time ever, and that felt amazing. Like I was just like, oh my god, like a new experience and everything like that. So I'm not going to do it every day or anything like that. No, I'm still going to smoke some weed. I haven't done shrooms in a while, so so might take shrooms again eventually. But other than that, that's it. I'll see you guys later and be safe.